recommendations on how to build methods to increase engagement inside the community itself. The examples, message boards, groups, offline, meetups. Any suggestions there?
I just real quick, I mean, my immediate reaction is just sort of like this is not exactly in line with sort of tracking conversation, you know, the metrics conversation. It's more about programming. But then if you are programming, and the point is like there's a lot of programming that engages people with each other, and that's actually the definition of community, right? So that's a really good point. I think, you know, one of the things is to give your community members, your stakeholders, your audience, the opportunity to create and launch programs that they're willing to support. And that's about volunteerism. But then the other thing you can do in order to find out how much of that is going on and how do you incorporate that into your tracking of engagement metrics is to give them tools that they can use that integrate with what you're doing internally. So if somebody's using a completely separate system to send event invitations and track replies to events that are run by volunteers, it's very hard to get that into your system. So more well-developed programs have the resources to give volunteers access to a central system where they can use your system to send the invite, and the RSVPs come to you back at the institution so that you can get that into your database. It's a little bit, it's more of an art than a science, but it also, I wouldn't go crazy trying to track that. I would spend more time on the engagement part and come up with ideas for programs that actually people find interesting. So, you know, I prioritize the program relevance over the data collection, but that's just me.